Nobody expected this voice. Boys, Hotel California, performance goes viral. Microphone loudly crying, face glowing star. The cafeteria was always the loudest place in school, echoes of laughter, trays clattering, and the occasional scuffle over pizza slices. But tucked away at a corner table sat 14-year-old Ethan, a boy whose silence seemed louder than the chaos around him. He was shy, withdrawn, and known more for his thrift store clothes and quiet demeanor than for anything else. Few people knew that Ethan carried a secret inside him, something he never dared to share. Music was his world. But to sing in front of others? That was unthinkable. One Friday afternoon, the school held its annual talent showcase in the gym. Most students signed up just for the fun of it, comedy skits, dance groups, and lip syncs to the latest pop songs. Nobody expected anything extraordinary. Least of all from Ethan. He hadn't signed up at all, he was just another face in the audience, hiding behind his hoodie. That is, until his English teacher, Mrs. Parker, gently nudged him. "I've heard you humming in class," she whispered before the event began. "You have something special, Ethan. Maybe today's the day." Ethan froze. His palms turned clammy at the thought. He shook his head, but Mrs. Parker just gave him an encouraging smile. When a performer dropped out last minute, the host asked if anyone from the audience wanted to fill the slot. The gym fell silent. Against every instinct screaming in his head, Ethan felt himself standing. He didn't know how his legs carried him to the stage, but suddenly, there he was, staring into a sea of skeptical faces. "What's your act?" the host asked. Ethan swallowed hard. I'll sing," he murmured. A ripple of laughter broke out in the crowd. "The quiet kid sings," someone jeered. Others smirked, already certain this was about to be awkward. Ethan gripped the microphone with trembling hands. The opening guitar chords of Hotel California began to play, echoing through the speakers. For a moment, all Ethan heard was his own heartbeat, then he opened his mouth, the first notes were soft, almost tentative. But within seconds, his voice soared, smooth, soulful, carrying the haunting beauty of the Eagles classic. The gym hushed instantly. Every note dripped with raw emotion, the kind that comes from a boy who'd felt loneliness, who'd known nights of silence too heavy for his age. His voice painted pictures, sunset highways, quiet motels, freedom and longing all at once. By the time he reached the chorus, something extraordinary happened. Students who had rolled their eyes were now leaning forward, mesmerized. Teachers who had never even noticed Ethan wiped tears from their eyes. Even the school janitor, mopping in the back, stopped in awe. It wasn't just the song, it was the way Ethan sang it, like it came from the deepest part of his soul. And then came the final verse. Ethan's voice cracked, not from weakness, but from emotion. That imperfection made it even more powerful. When the last note faded, the gym remained silent for one breathless moment, before erupting into thunderous applause. Cheers, whistles, and a standing ovation. Ethan's eyes widened, he'd never seen so many people smiling at him, not with pity, but with admiration. A classmate live-streamed the performance on her phone, posting it online with the caption, "You won't believe this voice from the quiet kid at our school." Within hours, the video spread beyond the school. By morning, it had millions of views. Messages poured in from strangers across the world, people saying Ethan's voice gave them chills, that it reminded them of old memories, that it made them cry in the best way. But the most unexpected part came a week later. A local charity for underprivileged kids reached out after seeing his video. They invited Ethan to perform at a fundraising event. Nervously, he agreed. That night, dressed in his only button-up shirt, Ethan sang again. This time, he wasn't just performing for classmates, he was helping raise money for children like himself, kids who often went unnoticed. His voice helped raise thousands of dollars that evening. As he stepped off the stage, he realized something profound, his gift wasn't just for him. It was for others too. Back at school, things changed. People greeted him in hallways. The same kids who once overlooked him now sought him out. But Ethan stayed humble. "I just want to sing," he told Mrs. Parker one afternoon. She smiled knowingly. "And the world needs to hear you." The boy who once hid in a corner now stood a little taller. His story wasn't about fame or going viral, it was about courage, about taking one step past fear, and discovering that his voice carried the power to heal, inspire, and bring people together. Ethan's journey taught everyone watching, whether in that gym or across the internet, that sometimes, the quietest souls carry the loudest miracles. And maybe that's what music really is, a reminder that within even the shyest heart lies a song that can change the world.